Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. I welcome you in the science class. I believe that you already have completed your previous work, and today we are going to start with chapter number 8. Some topics we have already discussed. Today we are going to discuss some new topics, and that are as follows. We will revise also the previous topics once, and we will start the new topics also. Yes, if we will talk about yesterday's topic, yesterday we have covered many topics. First of all, we have discussed about the title of the chapter, what says that cell structure and function. We have also discussed the structural and functional unit of life, that is cell. We have also discussed about the discovery and history of the cell, and last but not the least, we have also discussed about cell theory and its postulates. Today we will discuss the instruments for studying cells, unicellular and multicellular organisms, and levels of organization. So let us start with the instruments for studying cell. As I have already told you in the previous class that cells are microscopic in nature and they cannot be seen by the naked eyes. So today we know about a lot of the structure and function of cells because of improved microscopes, which is having high magnification, that is compound microscope. It uses glass lenses and visible light for observation, and magnification power of compound microscope ranges from 100 to 1500 times. Now the next microscope we will talk about is electron microscope. Electron microscope is another microscope, is a very large instrument that helps in observing various internal parts of the cells. Because of this instrument only we are able to explore the cell. It uses electromagnets instead of glass lenses and a beam of electrons instead of visible light for observation. The highly magnified image is obtained on a photographic film on a screen. The magnification power of electron microscope ranges from 1 lakh to 5 lakh times. I have also shown you this diagram of an electron microscope. Now moving on to the next topic, that is staining. First of all, we will discuss that why staining is important and which stains we are using. See, cells are transparent and colorless, so it is very difficult to observe under a microscope. To observe the details of the cell and its internal structure, stains are used, or instead of stains you can use the word dyes also. Some common stains that we are using are safranin, eosin, methylene blue, and crystal violet. So after the staining of the cell, it becomes easy to observe these cells. Now moving on to unicellular and multicellular organisms. See, unicellular and multicellular organisms are having differences in them. Uni means one, cellular means celled organism. So unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell that carries out all the functions needed by the organism. And for example, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, bacteria, yeast, etc. Multicellular organisms are composed of more than one cell, with group of cells differentiating to take on specialized functions. I have already told you that in multicellular organisms, cells they go for differentiation, means division of labor, that results in the attaining of specialized functions. For example, trees, grasses, insects, and human beings, birds, etc. Now moving on to the levels of organization. In multicellular organisms, cells represent the lowest level of organization. a group of we are going to discuss different type of level of organizations. We are starting with the cell and we will reach up to organism. Means first of all we have cells with us. When these cells are differentiated, they form tissue. When tissues work together, they form different tissues form an organ. When different organs work together to perform a specific function, they form an organ system, and at last we get an organism. See how we get an organism. This is the level of organization, starting with the cell and it is ending on to the organism. So let me explain how we will reach cell to organism. In multicellular organisms, cells represent the lowest level of organization. A group of similar cells performing a specific function join together to form a tissue. For example, all skin linings are formed of epithelial tissues. Different tissues join together to form an organ. For example, stomach, liver, pancreas. Every organ performs a specific function. For example, stomach helps in digestion of food, pancreas secretes digestive juices, etc. Plants also have different organs like roots, leaves, and stems. All the organs that work together to perform a specific life function form an organ system. For example, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, liver, pancreas. These all organs that work together and go for digestion. Similarly, respiratory system, excretory system and reproductive system. These have different sets of organs which work together to carry out the life process. The various organ system make up a living organism. So it is all about the levels of organization.